Welcome back to MSU Tonight. I'm Nathan Dunn, and here we have Tori Wood with us, the newly elected SGA President. So, Tori, let's begin. What is the election process like exactly?
So the election process starts by simply submitting an application. And so really anyone is eligible to apply for different positions. However, there are some requirements, such as I needed to be a junior or a senior. And then from that point, you go into the process of actually campaigning. So we have about 2.5 weeks to start our campaign. And then we have 2 days of open election voting on MyGate.
So you won by like 681 to 175, crazy number. How did you pull that off? Did you do something different that other candidates didn't do?
I think really when it comes down to it, I think it was a matter of I was truly just so dedicated. I ran against someone that I am friends with and that I look up to, and I'm grateful to even have the opportunity to campaign against him. But I don't know if it was necessarily a matter of I did anything special or anything different than candidates in the past, but I really think it was just belief in myself and the help of different individuals along the way and my campaign staff and the support. And so all the different little elements that I contributed with, I think they all added up to being a success. And so, yeah.
All right. Were you excited when you won? You're like, oh my gosh, I'm the new SGA president. This is crazy.
I don't think it was a moment of, whoa, I wasn't screaming or anything. But it was almost just like a weight off my shoulders. This is something I've wanted for a really long time. And not in the sense of, I want to be SGA president. It was a matter of, I want to be able to be in this position and make changes. I just genuinely want to work for the student body. And when that moment hit, it was like everything paid off, from being a senator to a chief of staff to VP of admin. Everything was worth it, and it all led up to that moment, and it was a huge weight off my shoulders. And the first thing I did was shake Lucas's hand and kind of taking a deep breath, and after that came the tears, but it was a really great moment.
Are you a political science major? Are you some in the political field, or are you just something else you just decided to just pick this up just for fun?
I'm actually a public relations major, graphic communications management minor, and so I've definitely never really been into the whole political stance. And I think that's actually a really great thing to point out, is that we are not a politically affiliated organization. And I think sometimes a lot of students think that we are and that our purpose is for that. But really it's a matter of about making change on campus. I have had so many people impact my life in a positive way, and I've seen some of those changes happen through student government. And so when I came as a freshman, I looked into it, and I already knew that it was something I wanted to be involved with. And so it's a matter of being able to just make positive changes. And so I'm grateful to be able to have that experience.
Okay, what are some of the changes you want to implement in the student body exactly?
Absolutely. So I think it all starts with kind of my public relations heart. I think we need to be able to properly publicize ourselves. I remember when I wasn't in the organization, and I felt like there's a gap here. We should be one unit, and I want to bridge that gap. And I'm so conscious of the fact that it exists. And so I want to be able to properly market ourselves and to be able to publicize ourselves in a way to have more of a comfortability. I want people to be able to come to me with any issue, whether it's small or it's large. I want to be able to face it, because at the end of the day, the students' fight is my fight. It's not about what I want. It's not about the big changes I personally want to see. It's about what the student body wants and needs. And I simply just want to be that voice, and that's the real change that I hope to advocate for.
Okay. Is this going to set you apart from anybody else in the student body, you think? Former SGA presidents?
I have been so fortunate to be on a student government that had a president that was truly incredible. I don't know if I will ever live up to the shoes, that I would need to fill, but I'm hopeful that at the end of it all, I can contribute in some way. I want to be able to have that point where people can put their finger on something and say, Tori Wood did that. And she did it for the student body. And so I've been so fortunate to have good leaders in the past to lead me up to this point. And so I don't think it's anything that I personally just want to stand out, but I just want to be able to fulfill my role and do my duty.
Okay, I got one last question for you. Is there anything you want to just share with Murray State, while you're in office? Anything that you just really want to be remembered for?
I simply just want the student body to know that I am genuinely there for them. I take on my actual desk and office in the fall, and I really will have an open door policy. I just want students to be able to come to me because I'm a student. I don't think this university is perfect, even though I do think that it's amazing. But I think that there really is good, positive change that can come from the student body. I believe in the student voice because the administration and the faculty, they're not everywhere. They don't see every inch of campus like we do. And at the end of the day, we all just want this university to be a better place. And I think if the administration heard our voice and heard what we were truly about and wanting to bettering ourselves, they would assist us in that. And I want to be able to be that bridge. I want to be able to bring together the student body and the administration and the entire organization to where we can simply just function better as a whole. So my fight's your fight. Come to me with whatever you need. I truly will advocate for any student that comes my way.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back because Rebecca will be making some delicious paninis.